Love it.
So, good afternoon and welcome. We want to thank you for joining us in today's session on how to buy a home in Atlanta. We're absolutely thrilled at the high response rate that we've received for this workshop. And our goal today is to show you just how easy it is to buy a home in Atlanta and the steps that you'll follow to get into one. But before we get into any of that, you probably want to know who us chattering heads have been. So we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Yeah. So I am Adriana Angeloni. How you doing? And before we get started, I really just want to kind of tell people a little bit about Empire. You may not know who Empire is, but just so you are aware, we've been developing and building homes in Atlanta for decades. Our team over the years has expanded its footprint in high growth markets throughout our metro area. So we really know what we're doing, and we're so excited to kind of bring our focus in town.
And I'm Chad Donald. I've been in the industry for over 17 years in new home sales. Very exciting about what we're launching. Several neighborhoods coming up with a great lifestyle. What's so exciting too is our entry into Atlanta's urban core provides us with a high level of design, most desirable in-town locations, and for that fact, at an attainable price. So luxury living at affordability as well. We also want to talk about our product innovation, our lifestyle, our focus, and what better to work with the Atlanta team to help you with the new buying process with us here today. So we want to make sure we can take you through first steps, starting off with mortgage, anything you want to know about the agreements, anything further for the timelines of what we'll be discussing today.
Thank you.
I didn't tell you guys who I was, right? I just started rambling. That's what I normally do. So again, I'm Adriana Angeloni. I've been selling real estate in Atlanta for over 20 years. I'm super excited to be part of our Empire team and really excited to be part of our focus in town. So look forward to hopefully working with lots of the folks that are on today. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I am Patty Murray. I am a mortgage loan officer with Element Funding. I have over 20 years of sales experience in the financial services industry and absolutely love being part of the Element Funding team. We are a Southeast division of a large national lender, a $7 billion national lender called PRMI. Element Funding, we have 26 branches in the Southeast, and we span across South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, and of course here in Georgia. We're a full service lender. What does that mean to you? That means that we control the process from beginning all the way through. So from application to pre-approval to approval to closing and even servicing the loan. That allows us to obviously assist our customers by providing fast approvals, competitive rates for sure, and a smooth home financing experience. So now that you've heard a little bit about who we are, let's talk about what we're going to cover today. Today we're going to cover three things. Number one, we're going to revisit buying versus renting. Number two, we're going to talk about the importance of assembling a home buying team. And number three, we're going to go through understanding the home buying process, from the mortgage pre-approval to what you can expect when you're purchasing your home, all the way through the mortgage process. Again, our goal is to make this seamless and as easy as possible. So let's talk about buying versus renting. Obviously, why pay someone else when you can pay yourself? With today's historically low rates, now is an affordable time to finance a mortgage with fixed monthly payments lower than rent. You know, I read on average that a 2-bedroom apartment runs around $2,400 a month. Sure. Do you know that with today's low rates, you could easily buy a $375,000 home and have that mortgage payment be lower than that monthly rent payment? It could be around $2,200. Now, of course, that's an estimate, and those numbers would be, factored based on the information that we collect on a one-on-one. But it's easy to get into a home versus continuing to rent. Some of the other reasons, obviously, building wealth and equity. Again, why pay somebody else when you can pay yourself? It's a forced savings. Down the road, you can access money in the equity in your home, and there's tax savings as well. Stability. What do I mean by stability? Well, you actually are in control as a homeowner as to whether or not you want to leave or move on or sell your property. When you're renting, that control isn't necessarily in your hands. A lot of times if a property manager or the owner of the home, condo, or apartment decides they want to sell the unit or the home, you could be forced to leave without being prepared for that. So the stability that comes with being a homeowner brings that peace of mind of knowing when you want to leave, if ever. Financial predictability. As we know, rent increases annually 3 to 5%. So every year your rent's going to go up. You have the peace of mind as a homeowner knowing that your mortgage payments are going to stay fixed for the life of the loan. Allows you to better budget for things that you love and want to do. And let's not forget freedom and pride of homeownership. The fact that you can decorate the home any way you want, or if you want a pet, you can go ahead and get your own pet without having to ask anyone. So simple things like that. These are some of the benefits of buying versus continuing to rent. So let's talk about the importance of assembling a home buying team. And when I say home buying team, I'm talking about you, the home buyer, me, Patty, the loan officer, and Chad and Adriana, the Empire Community Sales Consultants. Together, we're going to work as a team, making sure that we ensure that the process is seamless so that we are meeting your goals of home ownership. We're available for questions. We're going to help guide you down this home buying journey to make sure it's an enjoyable experience as well.
Of course.
So what can you expect from me, your loan officer? Obviously, I'm going to be available to educate you on the mortgage process, talk through the pre-approval, make sure that we're determining which product meets your needs and budget. I'm going to provide excellent customer service, communicating with you through the process. Communication is key, so I want to make sure that we're managing each other's expectations. And I'm going to provide the experience and integrity of and seamlessly guide you through this home financing experience. You know, I understand that this is a big life decision, and I want to make sure that we demystify the mortgage process and the buying process and remove any barriers that there are to home buying so that this is a seamless and enjoyable experience. And we'll work together as a team to do that. And here's what you can expect from the Empire team.
Yeah, thanks, Patty. I love how you said that we kind of just work together as a team, because that's really what we want. We want the financing piece and finding a home to be like as seamless as possible, right? So like for us, the sales consultants, our piece of it is like educating you on the Empire in-town communities. Like we mentioned before, Empire is focused on bringing affordable, well-designed homes into the urban core. We want to be in neighborhoods that people really want to live in. So whether it's Old Fourth Ward, whether it's Kirkwood, whether it's West Midtown, Grant Park, we want to be in the hot spots that we know where people want to live. We want to bring affordability to those neighborhoods. And Chad, I think you can talk about the rest, right?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, and well said. I mean, we want to help you determine first your home site, or we may need to look at your floor plan first and then determine where the home site should be. And then we just want to find out what will best fit your needs and lifestyles. We also want to provide you with guidance on the agreement details, construction timelines from start to finish. Our goal is to make your process clear, personal, responsive, and easy. That's our overall goal of what we're looking for. We want it to work right for you as a customer and for us as Empire as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Chad. So now that you've heard, again, the benefits of buying versus renting, the importance of assembling the home buying team, and let's really get into the buying process. So this is a visual of the step-by-step loan process. The loan process will begin with getting a pre-approval. That's where you'll meet with me. We'll do a one-on-one. We'll talk through your needs and your budget and your goals, and we'll get that pre-approval letter. With that pre-approval letter in hand, that's where you get to meet with Chad and Adriana and shop for a home. Once you've picked out the home that you want and you sign that purchase agreement, then we actually take all the information from the pre-approval and it becomes a loan application, and we submit that into processing. Processing then tidies it up, sends it up to the underwriter. The underwriter will double check everything, make a decision on the loan. We all go to closing, you sign the documents, and then we hand you the keys, and congratulations, you're a homeowner. So yay, super exciting and fun. but it also can be overwhelming, and we understand that. And so we want to make sure that we keep this as simple and as seamless as possible. You're going to hear that throughout today because it really is. One of the ways that we can do that is if you want to go ahead and scan, the barcode and download my app, there's tools in there available from mortgage calculator, there's educational tools, but more importantly, you can begin the application process if you're ready to go, or if you have any questions, you can communicate with me through the app. It's a way for you to upload documents, get in touch with me, all at a glance on your phone. So it's one way that, again, we try to make this process seamless and easy.
I love you guys' technology. You have the best technology platforms. It's awesome.
Yes, paperless, very thorough.
I know.
Thank you. We actually combine the latest technology with programs and experience so that we make this a seamless, enjoyable customer experience, as you know. So thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
So you mentioned, in that process, we talked about pre-approval. I want to explain actually how important pre-approval is, and you're going to hear a couple of terms thrown out there, pre-qualification versus pre-approval. I want to talk about the difference because they're significantly different. Pre-qualification, basically, it's just a rough estimate of how much you can afford to borrow. It's, we take a look at your credit and your income, and based on that, say, yeah, you would qualify for X. It's not a pre-approval. Pre-approval is where we take your information, and it's more of a formal application process. We take a look at, your information and provide you with a letter that says you're actually pre-approved and you know exactly how much you qualify for and exactly how much house. How do we do this? We take a look at 4 main criteria. 1, we're going to look at your gross income. 2, we're going to take a look at your debt. 3, we're going to take a look at your resources, or basically the available cash that you have for a down payment, closing costs, and reserves. And number 4, we're going to take a look at your credit history. That's going to determine your rate, your down payment, what loan program would best meet your needs. And again, we will do this during a one-on-one consultation because everybody's needs are different. And so it's important to really talk through what you're looking to accomplish so that we get that pre-approval. Some of the documents that we're going to request to just validate some of the information that we've put into the application. We're going to take a look at your pay stubs to verify your income and your tax returns. We're going to look at your bank statements to just verify funds, and obviously your ID to verify that you're who you say you are. Once we've uploaded all that information, we then will move forward with the pre-approval process.
Good.
It's a very common question is, how much can I afford? Going through the pre-approval process tells you exactly how much you can afford. One of the factors that we look at is called the DTI, and that's your debt to income ratio. It's real simple. We take a look at your income coming in versus your outgo, your debts, and we do a little formula, and it's called your debt to income ratio. And those, in order to qualify for a mortgage, your debt to income ratio needs to be within a certain percentage. And we'll get into those details during our one-on-ones. So when we talk about understanding the monthly payment, many of you are making rental payments right now. You're paying your monthly rent. When you become a home buyer, you have a monthly payment, and that's your monthly mortgage payment. There's some things that you should understand that go into what that payment is. Obviously, principal and interest, that's the loan portion. But then you also have your taxes and your insurances and your homeowners association dues, or HOA dues. You add all those together, and that's your monthly mortgage payment. And you'd be surprised to find that those things added together are still going to be less than what you're paying every month in rent. So now that we've gone through the pre-approval process, you and I have sat down and we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's, and you've got a letter from me that says, hey, this is exactly how much I qualify for. This is when you're going to meet with Chad and Adriana and really go through what it's like buying a home with Empire Communities.
Yeah, we are super excited. June 6th will be here before we know it. So that is going to be our official day that will be opening for sales on June 6th at Industrious, and that's located at Ponce City Market. So they've already started opening up a few things there. So you're going to be able to probably get coffee, grab something to eat if you'd like before your appointment or after your appointment. They will have a pledge for you to go through, and we'll send you all that information as well. Our online concierge will be setting up a private appointment in person or virtually for you as well.
Yeah, Chad. So our online folks, Vanessa and Danielle, you guys may have seen them online on some of your correspondence, but they're fabulous. They actually set up our appointments. And just to piggyback on what Chad was saying, we're taking everybody's safety very seriously. That's what the community pledge is at Ponce City. So virtually it's fine. And if we meet in person, you know, we're going to make sure that they have a temperature check. We try to wear masks. We want everybody to be as safe. We're not, you know, ignoring the fact that we are still in kind of have a health situation that we all have to be paying attention to. But we're definitely able to make it work. And once we all get together, we will show you all the communities, give you an overview, talk about floor plans, and really try to determine, you know, if one of our neighborhoods is a good fit for you. So, which I think it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. So now let's talk about the actual mortgage process. You've gotten pre-approved, you've met with Chad and Adriana, you've found the home of your dreams. Now what? Well, now once you're under contract, we actually formally begin the loan application process. So we've taken all the information that we've gathered during your pre-approval, we bundle it up, and we submit the loan application into the company. I will work together with you and Chad and Adriana to get a copy of the signed purchase agreement, along with a copy of your earnest money check. Within 15 days, I will provide you and Chad and Adriana a copy of what's known as a commitment letter. That's basically our commitment to give you the loan. Some other things that you're going to want to know is, obviously, during this process, you're going to want to shop for homeowners insurance. Many of you already have renter's insurance. Homeowners insurance is just taking it to the next level. Renter's insurance covers the contents within your home. Homeowner's insurance covers the contents within your home and the structure as well. Although we've talked about loan type, I think it's important, we've talked about loan type during the pre-approval process because we'll determine which one meets your needs. I'd like to cover that in high level coverage of that right now. So there's two primary loan types. The first one is government backed. You know, they're FHA, VA, and USDA. USDA doesn't really apply here, but these are government loans that are backed by the federal and state agencies, and they typically make it more flexible. They're more lenient to get into. The guidelines are a little more flexible. The down payments are lower. So and the reason that is because they're backed by the federal government. So for example, you could get into an FHA loan with as little as 3.5% down. Of course, there's some limits within DeKalb County and Fulton County. You know, the loan limit is $401,350. So that's $401,350 for a single family home. On the other side, and VA is 100% financing for those of you that may be eligible for a VA loan. The other side of the fence is conventional. You hear that quite a bit. And those are governed by, you know, the limits and guidelines are set by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And you can get into a conventional loan with as little as 5% down. And the conforming limits, it's called a conforming loan, but those limits for 2020 are $510,400. So that's just a high-level overview of the different loan types available. There are different programs that meet all your needs, and we will definitely go into detail during our one-on-one so that we can make sure that we're putting you in the right program that meets your needs and budget.
Patty, it's awesome that you just don't need 20% anymore. I mean, you can get into a home for like just a few months rent almost, it's kind of crazy.
Absolutely. And that's, hopefully we're getting that through, that it really is easier to get into a home than a lot of people expect.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought, I have to have 20% down and I have to have perfect credit.
Yeah.
That actually isn't the case these days.
Exactly.
So what does the application process look like? What happens now? I've given you my application. You've gotten a copy of the purchase contract. Now what? Well, first of all, we're going to communicate through the process. I'm not going to let you fall into a dark hole, and Chad and Adriana certainly aren't either. No. So when your loan is being decisioned in underwriting and the home is ready for inspection, that's when we'll order the appraisal. After the appraisal is completed, we then do what's called a pre-closing. So we have pre-closing and closing agents right here within Element Funding who are taking all the documents, working with the title company to make sure all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. We all go to closing. At closing, sign the documents, and voila, congratulations, you're a homeowner. Yay! Most people ask, like, when do I get my keys?
At closing.
At closing. You get your keys at closing. So it's a super exciting time, and it's a lot of fun. And our goal, as we've mentioned all throughout this, is to keep this seamless and easy and enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I would be remiss if I didn't talk about some of the do's and don'ts, because people just don't think about these things during the loan process, the mortgage process. Obviously, continue to make your housing payments. Continue to stay current on all of your credit cards, your car payments, any installment loans that you may have. Try to avoid changing jobs, but if by chance you get a promotion or you take a job in the same industry for more money, we can work with that. Make sure your down payment funds are liquidated 7 days before closing. And if you have any questions on what you should or shouldn't be doing, please, that's what I'm here for. We're going to talk through that. Some big no-nos. Try not to make any large non-payroll deposits or withdrawals from your checking account. We're going to need some explanations on that. Try not to take out any new loans. Don't buy a new car. And this one in particular, people get so excited when they're buying a new home that they want to run out and buy all new furniture. And we get that. We're just asking that you don't do that right now. It may have an impact on your ability to stay pre-approved. Don't apply for new credit, even though you're getting those pre-approvals in the mail. Rip them up. Don't even look at them. Do not open, close, or consolidate any credit cards. Do not make any transfers of balances. Believe it or not, don't pay off any collections unless we tell you you have to. And don't pay off your car. I can't tell you how many people think that paying off their car is going to help. It actually goes against you. So again, these are things that we will talk through. We're going to hold your hand through this home buying journey. You're not in this alone. You have a huge team that's excited to work with you and show you how easy it is to buy a home in today's economy with the low rates and brand new homes available to you.
And Patty, those are great points. I mean, we encourage everybody to raise their hand if they don't think it's important, or if they think it's maybe a small question or something they shouldn't ask. Please do so, because you'll be surprised of how many people are asking the same question that you want to ask. So we just want to make you feel comfortable to coming to us or Patty, any of us, to help you through that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Chad. We just spent the last few minutes talking at that 30,000-foot view of what it's like to buy a home in Atlanta. We've gone through buying versus renting. We've talked about, how important it is to work with a team. Have us work for you so that you don't have to stress over it. Let us do the work for you. And then we also kind of talked through all the steps from pre-approval to buying a home to the mortgage process. We covered that 30,000-foot view. Our goal was to show you how easy it is. Next steps is we want to take that right down to the street level to your view. So we're going to ask you to go ahead and contact us to schedule those one-on-ones. In fact, our information is on the screen. I'm going to leave it up there right now. If you want me to contact you instead, because you're going to go on with the rest of your day and you may forget, go ahead and just shoot me a text with your name, and I'll be happy to reach out to you and schedule an appointment. But this information is going to be available to you. We're going to send this presentation to you so that you have a copy of all the information. I understand that we gave you a lot of information. We don't expect you to remember it all. That's why it's important to work with us as a team. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions, and we encourage you to go ahead and get pre-approved. That's my contact information, and I'll let Chad and Adriana talk about theirs.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah, great talking points, and thanks for sending this out, everybody. We're just super excited. We have over 3,000 customers on our interest list. Our June appointments are almost spoken for. If you're looking to move forward, please reach out to us as soon as possible through the contact numbers that you see on the screen.
Yeah, we'll be able to get you set up, send you information, and just start the process. But like Patty said, it's so important. I encourage everybody to try to get pre-qualified, pre-approved. Start the process. Just see where you're at and what you need to do. Most people usually find that they're pretty surprised. But Chad and I and Patty, we're all here to help. We look forward to seeing you over at Ponce and telling you about everything that we've got going on. It's a really exciting time for all of us.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you very much, everyone. And again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. I saw where a couple of people had raised their hand. We aren't going to go into a Q&A session right now, but we will provide this information to you, and we absolutely do not hesitate to shoot me a text. I'll call you if need be, and we can talk through any questions on finances. Go ahead and contact Chad and Adriana, and they can talk to you about the communities. So again, thank you so much for spending today with us, and we look forward to talking with you again soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.